think audiences will be very surprised about the experience they're going to get here. No one has ever seen this powerhouse like this before.
No need to click your heels together 3 times. I am taking you inside the world of Oz right here. Take a look around. These are actual set pieces and props that were used in the movie Wicked. And I cannot wait to share even more with you about this film. You have a long history with The Wizard of Oz, The Land of Oz, and The Wiz. How do you find inspiration to keep a film like this fresh and contemporary? Tell me a little bit about that.
I think that, with every design, anytime that I'm invited to design a production, I'm looking for a new way of creating that expression. I mean, I've designed the Wiz about 5 times, and for each of those there was a different director involved, and so for each of those there was a different point of view as well. With the film of Wicked, John Chu was very much, primarily interested in an original telling of this story, and so was I as well. So, I think that, that said, acknowledging what the audience is going to bring into the experience of seeing our Wicked film, they come in, with all that, it's not baggage, but it's all of that knowledge of The Wizard of Oz from the 1930s film, the Baum book, the Gregory Maguire novel, and then Wicked from the Broadway stage. And I think that it's imperative to embrace the spirit of all of those, and hopefully infuse it into the design in a fresh way, that allows for audiences to be nostalgic of what they've already experienced, what they're bringing into the theater, but to then experience a brand new ride. I mean, a brand new idea and story in a way, and that's what keeps it kind of alive and fresh. I mean, it definitely helped along with the amazing cast that John pulled together in casting Cynthia Erivo as Elphaba and Ariana Grande as Galinda. And and Michelle Yeoh as Madame Morrible, and Jeff Goldblum. I mean, it's just the whole cast. Jeff Goldblum as the Wizard, and Jonathan Bailey as Fiyero. I mean, they bring their own inherent freshness to these characters. The work that we do is in support of that. And it is my work is definitely hugely defined by who these actors are, and then how these actors take on these roles.
Yeah, and I definitely want to talk about the makeup and hair journey that we see here, especially with Elphaba's character. Can you talk a little bit about that and how important it was to see her visually transform here? Because we see green, but it's so much more than that for especially Elphaba's character.
But that's very much something that we try to do with everything we work on, really. But we give a timeline to every artist, she had a very intense journey, of course, and we start with the younger, trying to make her look slightly younger for Shiz, as Paul said, very structured, because she's been repressed at home, had a hard time so far, and she's very tight. And then we have to let that become looser and looser. She becomes stronger and more freer within herself, really. And so she starts simple, green, plain, nothing jumping out too much, very controlled hair that goes along with everything Paul did. And then as everything loosens up costume-wise, it flows the same with the hair. It's just making sure that we don't keep her free and let her see Elphaba all the way through her green at her face. We didn't cover her with all that hair and the hat. You didn't want her to disappear within black. But it worked very well. I think Cynthia carries it so brilliantly.
A lot of the ways that people show their appreciation and love for movies like this is by trying to mimic the costumes and the hair and makeup. What does that mean to you when you see fans on social media posting like a similar pink bubble dress or a similar hair and makeup style? What does that mean when you guys see that?
It's hugely flattering. I mean, it's probably the most flattering thing that someone can do, as long as they get the color right.
Very important.
And for me, as long as it brings them joy, it's such a joyous film. As long as it makes them so happy to mimic something. I mean, how lovely is that?
Yeah.
Such a pleasure for us.
Yeah.
Well, I don't want to put this out there, but I'm gonna. I feel like this is definitely Academy Award winning, nominated, all of the above level work for you guys, and I'm just putting that out into the universe for you
Thank you
both.
so much.
Thank you.
Congratulations. Also, I want to borrow the pink dress.
Oh, okay. There it is.
Thank you.
Sure,
Thank you very much.
Thank
The wizard that there is or was is ever gone.